It is Saturday, and today is September 13th, 2025. And this is Maria coming to you from the Truth Network. Um, Today, what I wanted to do was to tell you a little bit about Romans 8:28. In view of the things that have been happening in world activity, not activities, but in world events, especially with Charlie Kirk. Um, there's a lot of people right now that are asking, how can this be happening for the good? Because the actual verse, as it is written, is all things work together for the good, all right, in the life for the benefit of those who love him and are called according to his purpose. So you have to look at those according to those that love him and are called according to his purpose. So when we look at Charlie or anybody else that has experienced something so devastating that we can't possibly imagine how this could be working together for the good. Okay. We can't imagine it. But the verse does not say everything works together for the good. It works together for the good for those who love him, number one, and who are called according to his purpose, which means they're working in his purpose in their lives. Okay. So even if they're a good person and you don't know what kind of faith they follow, these are the two prerequisites, and we have to keep them in mind when we're trying to figure out what's going on with other people in the world. We don't really know what goes on in their hearts, not always, because what they could say or profess could be different when you look inside their hearts. Something else could be going on inside their hearts. And I'm not saying that's the case for Charlie. I'm just saying that that could be the case for other people. Now, this can apply to our lives, of course, when we're going through trials, when we're growing in the faith. This concept suggests that challenges can lead to personal growth. Yes, they can, and spiritual development. It encourages believers to trust in God's plan, because as believers, we're supposed to know that he has a plan for us to give us a hope for a future, even when circumstances seem unfavorable. And more than unfavorable, it's when circumstances seem impossible. Like, didn't you ever go through something that maybe you say to yourself, well, how can God be in this? How can this possibly be for anyone's good? Well, hold on. That's where trust comes in. That's where faith comes in. Now, faith and perspective, maintaining faith during hardships can help individuals see bigger picture. We have to be able to rise above what we're feeling, our feelings. We have to be able to rise above the shock, the emotion, the grief, the sadness, the depression, whatever it is that you're feeling, and reflect on past experiences. Like, remember things that didn't make sense to you in the past, and as time went by, then you saw the bigger picture. So what can we conclude with this Romans 8:28? The message of 8:28 is very simple. It serves as a reminder that despite life's challenges, despite those things that seem impossible, there is a divine purpose. There really is. And it's at work in those who love God. So the question is, if you're looking for an explanation of this, first ask yourself, do a heart check and say, is my heart really submitted to God? Am I really walking in the purpose that he's called me to walk in? This belief can foster hope and resilience in the face of adversity, because my goodness, we do have a lot of adversity going on in our lives at times. So I wanted to bring this up because a lot of people say this, and I wanted to be sure that we reflected on it just a little bit to see, what does this really mean? Is this just something that's supposed to placate us for a minute? Like, oh, God is sovereign. We don't really, no, we're supposed to look for the good. Okay. And even if we don't see any, if we don't see the good, we're supposed to have an expectation that the revelation of the good is coming. The revelation is coming because sometimes there's so many things that are birthed out of something that started out as a complete devastation. And then there's a birthing of something that was total. How could I put this? Sometimes in the worst circumstances, somebody thinks of something that they wouldn't have thought about if the circumstances were not in a place that they were, where they weren't feeling very good about what was going on. See, in business, I'm an entrepreneur, so sometimes I look at what made me decide to become an entrepreneur. And it was in the worst situation. It was right around when that pandemic happened. And I had just started my business.